Hello there, you lovely people. I hope you're safe and I hope that you're well. Over the next couple of weeks, I have got the same theme video, but just different topics within it. For me, it's a really, really important topic that I really would love for us to build upon at actually having these in our life, that we can actually stick to them. And that is the importance of boundaries. Now, often people think that when we're talking about boundaries, we're just talking about relationships and consent, when actually I'm talking about the importance of having these boundaries in our lives with so many different things. And this particular video is about what is boundaries, why are they so important, and how do you implement boundaries into your life. Next week's video will be about the importance of what boundaries you should have in your life. So let's crack on with it. So what is a boundary? A boundary is, I would like you to use your imagination and just imagine a circle around you, this imaginary circle around you. And with that boundary, it's about the importance of keeping you safe, but it's also about kind of allowing other people to know what is and isn't acceptable with the way that they treat you. Boundaries can vary from person to person with what is and isn't acceptable because of our family beliefs, culture. It may be religion. There are so many different factors that will contribute towards having personal boundaries. The hardest thing is, though, if you're somebody that has grown up in a family that haven't had any kind of boundaries, if you haven't had any boundaries kind of within your childhood, it will be really, really hard for you to implement because you won't necessarily know how to do it. And that's okay. But boundaries are there to keep you safe, and that's exactly what this video is all about. How do you keep yourself with your boundaries? Boundaries are also important because they will allow other people to know kind of what is and isn't acceptable in the way that they treat you. What will you and will you not tolerate? How will you or will you not be spoken to? So having these boundaries is in order to kind of keep you safe, but also it's a two-way thing. And this is what we've always got to remember, that if you're somebody that's going to have boundaries, which, you know, I'm hoping that you're going to implement, you do have to respect other people's boundaries, because boundaries is something that is so, so important to us, but it's also about the importance of respecting theirs as well as your own. So now let's look at how can you implement them into your life. My first step is that I would like you to take some time to actually consider what is important to you. What is important when, you know, maybe looking at the past when somebody has disrespected you or a situation's made you feel inadequate, not good enough. Actually, what could have been done to prevent that? And yes, that's very simple to go with, oh, I wish I didn't do this and I wish I didn't do that. But actually, let's just take an opportunity to see if we can learn from anything from there. Actually creating our kind of what's important to us will allow us to kind of stay true to what they are, because having boundaries isn't always going to be easy, but it's about the level of respect that you deserve from you to you. My second step is I want you to pay attention to your intuition. Intuition is that feeling that you have within your gut, your belly. For some people it might be like their heart talk. It's really, really important that you pay attention to this, because this is often where our unconscious thoughts come from, is being driven by that intuition. So it's about always staying true to yourself. My third step about you learning to implement boundaries is about realising that you cannot say yes to everything. You cannot please everybody. So let me give you a little heads up here. Stop trying, because actually it's learning to realise that you have to say no sometimes, and it's okay. The world won't end, the sky won't fall, you will get through it. It's about you realising that you matter. So stop putting everybody before you and actually just slow down and learn to say no. My next step is about the importance of using I statements. It's very, very important that when we come to creating these boundaries, that it's about you, okay? And those I statements are recognising when you're not feeling comfortable with something. It's about you owning it. And it's not I think, it's I feel, okay? I feel disrespected when you were late that time. I felt really hurt when you didn't show up and you just left me there with those mates. Those I statements will allow you to feel more empowered and to realise that you matter. My next step is about you learning to be consistent with those boundaries. With that, it's about learning to really implement them and sticking to them. Nobody else in your life is going to respect your boundaries if you don't. or if, oh, it doesn't matter if I'm late home this time. It's about you making sure that you stick to them, because if you respect them, then other people will respect them too. My next step is about, I kind of need you to expect to feel discomfort. When you're learning to implement these boundaries, when you're learning to kind of think about what's important to you, and when you're learning to say no to other people, it is going to make you feel uncomfortable at times. It is going to kind of make you feel maybe guilty. But it's just about you recognizing it, allowing yourself to feel that feeling of uncomfortableness, because we know why. And then once we've done that, then we can move on with it. So just allow yourself to feel that sense of discomfort. It won't last forever and it will get easier. And my final step is about continuously remind yourself of the benefits of having these boundaries, okay? Because then what we can do is we can motivate ourselves to continue to keep it up and keep them going. So just to recap, the benefits of having these boundaries are: it promotes autonomy, it wards off burnout, it allows improved emotional health, it will improve relationships, you'll be giving clear expectations for others, it will decrease your stress, it will improve your self-care capabilities, and you'll get respect from other people as well as building your own self-respect. So there you have it. There's the importance of having boundaries and how to implement them. Next week's video I will choose 5. I think I'll go with 5 boundaries that I think that you could have in your life, or at least take and tweak. Until then, take care and stay awesome. Bye everybody.